Hey guys, how's it going? Matt the Cruz here from Network Empire. Glad you guys are here to join me on this Power 1 hour session. And in this week, I'm going to be talking about the 10-click work week and why we actually developed this process and I actually love it. And today I'm going to show you proof of how it works, the results. At Network Empire, we've always believed that there's IT debt that you incur every day you go to work and every day you do digital marketing. And if you spend a lot of time and money working on methods or following processes that aren't built on a systematic way based on the principles of how the internet works, you get poor results. Often you get your pages de-indexed, and then lots of times you have to deal with a lot of people. If you work with clients, why is my rankings dropped? Why aren't things going up? Things go up, things go down, but if you build on a solid foundation, you get great results. So over the last year, we've worked hard on Galaxis. That's the intelligence that we've baked into Digital Marketers Toolbox. And this allows us to do the 10-click work week in literally an hour and a half. So the time in DMT is whenever you use the tool, but the actual development, processing, and mining, and doing all the research and getting all the intel back is done in minutes. And we've covered that in the previous Power 1 hour. I'll show you guys links to that now. But what I want to do now to start off is just go through this whole process with you and just show you what we've done and how it's worked. And these are the results that we've been getting back in the last, what's this case study's been probably, I'd say 4 or 5 weeks now. And to watch rankings, you've got to watch them in groups of fours. So over a 4-week period, you can sort of see how things are panning out. And that allows you to decide on the chessboard, what are you going to work on? Where's the interest in the website? What is the audience focused on? And you can adjust now that you have the framework that Digital Marketers Tools built for you. So I'm going to start with the end in mind. And that is basically we all want results. And question you got to ask yourself is, are you getting results back from the efforts that you're making? Because you sit for hours working on your sites, doing research, studying, trying to keep up with all the trends, all the AI, all the new tools, what your competitors are doing, and it becomes very chaotic. There's a lot of chaos. So with Digital Marketers Toolbox, one, I want to win back my time. So for every project I do, I win back between 100 to nearly 200 hours. Well, I'd say roughly 180 hours of labor is won back on a local to a mid-size project. Okay. Next thing is everybody's always following some guru, and in the 20 years I've been doing this and building and getting results, there's a lot of guys that tell you only half-baked stories. At Network Empire, we focus on frameworks that we can repeat and reuse over and over again. So that's why the 10-click work week was designed. Why? We want to see growth. We want to see an effort for our work. Because IT debt's very expensive when you're paying for lots of tools, when you're paying for servers, when you've got domains floating around everywhere, and everything's in a chaotic mess. You're not going to get back the results. So all this time and labor you're getting paid for is not going to give the money back to the business. So the reason why I'm just going through these slide decks with you guys here as well is just to slow things down a little bit and show you how simple it is, because people tend to overthink everything. And this is why we developed the framework for you guys, so you can execute and you can deliver results. So I have been working with my members like I usually do. I cherry pick people I work with, and one of our members paid me to come and help him out. And the results I'm going to show you here are projects I've worked on, but he's seeing the same results in a totally different market, totally different field. They're actually in the IoT industry, cross-border SIM cards. So they deal with serious people and they've got a serious business going. It's not a silly little local website. It's a proper business. Like, these guys are serious about what they're doing. They're investing and they need to see results. So the results I'm going to show you now from applying the 10-click workweek method will give you similar results should you go through the process. And why? Because it's the framework that everything's built on. Results matter. You got to move forward. You can't keep on going backwards. And when you start looking at the ranking game, there's a whole chessboard you got to play with. When you're dealing with social media, that's a whole different level, whole different chessboard. When you're dealing with places like Instagram, whole different chessboard, whole different media. When you're dealing things with like press releases or forums like Reddit, whole different layer. That everyone's stacked differently and has different needs, right? Underneath all of this is the machine world. And we have to consider what the machine world needs as well. It needs to understand who you're talking to, who your audience is. Is the audience actually sticking on your site? So with this, yeah, you can see the dates. It's current. This project ran for a while. We'll give you guys a bit more proof later, but this site was the set. Never really worked on it, just sat there, and we needed a place to really test Galaxis and run the process that I'm going to show you now, and we did it. And you can see the site's been flopping around here. Imported the website blueprint, turned on the site, published our pages, and we just left it. Why? Why did we do this? Not stop and build the pages and put all the stuff in. I wanted to test out Galaxis and how the web reacts to it, as well as people coming to the site. Are they staying longer, or what's actually happening? So with the framework, when we built it, you can see that in the rankings, immediately we jump from not being ranked all the way up, and we've been getting pushed around here. Why? There's technical issues on the site and little things we have to tweak. 2, media, we just put out great content just to really test the baseline. And number 3, crawl budget. When you publish a lot of pages at once, you use up most of your crawl budget, so things have to go sit for a while. But what you can see is, as we published, the impressions tanked. Hey, what's this guy done? So search results watched what we're doing, boom. They can see it's a real site, people are coming. They're building on content that's working for them. And for years, I've told the guys, always back your way into your market. Start with one silo, put all your content in, publish it, tweak it, put the pictures in, work that thing properly, go to the next silo. And so you go your way, you process, and you can build your stuff up. By doing this, the spiders, or whatever you want to call them, come back and they look at your content, they see what people are doing, and they see the site's improving. And guys like Backlinko and Neil Patel and all these lot have said with their tower pages, they keep on adding on the same structure, the infrastructure they built. Instead of going creating more and more and more content, which is talking about the same thing, they got the architecture. So if they're talking about apples, they're talking about apples. They're going to update the apples page. This is the latest stuff happening here now. Change dates, fix things up, add more value for the user. What's the result? You stay static. You don't keep on dropping out of the index. Okay. So here you can see across the rankings, it's improved with impressions. Now that we've got it in and it's gone through this period of time, you can start seeing how it's reacting. Okay, so this was taken literally today. This shot was taken today. So this is why results matter. If you're working with a client or you're working your own business and you've got partners and you have to speak and answer to accounting, look guys, the stuff's been deployed. We have to do marketing now. The framework's built. It's there. The process for me to generate the entire framework and to publish it here took me literally 1 day. That's doing market research. That's going through basically looking at the market. Where's the gaps? How do I break into a new market? What's the angles I'm going to take? And then, so I went through the process to choosing my keywords, choosing what I want to add, what I don't want to add, and then generating my content, doing all the SEO on all the meta, and then creating all the schema. That took me like 7 hours. That was it. It was like 1 day's work. But I've done a year's worth of work with Galaxis. And most of the thing was just me clicking buttons. The 7 hours is me waiting for Galaxis to finish what Galaxis needs to do when it's building out your blueprint for you. But let's look a bit more at the results here. So you can see cause and effect, static, explosion. Because we built semantic webs with a silo architecture, we cover a much broader range of keywords just by design than what guys do when they check everything in the root of our website. And everyone can argue, but results talk for themselves. And for years, I've seen the same thing happening. But here you can see the growth. Okay, so we've got a huge range of keywords. With the semantic web, we've got over 516 keywords in positions 1, 2, 3. And this was taken literally today. We've got 4 to 10 keywords. We've got 343 keywords there, and here positions 11 to 20, 256. As we work on the site and we clean it up and add our media, more videos, and start focusing on each theme and connecting it to audiences that are out on the social webs, you'll see that the keyword will start growing more exponentially. As the site gets more trust, more people come in, so you get more keywords consumed. So this is how you back your way into the market with the 10-click work week and with the semantic web that Galaxis creates for you. And we've done no backlinks yet, but our internal link structure just by design is already 37,000 internal links. Now people say, yeah, no, you're going to get de-indexed. It's not, because it's internal links, it's architecture, it's structure. It's designed for my audience, things that I'm interested in, because why? I'm in the same game. I want to know what's going on with AI. I want to know what's going on with all the tools. Why? Because we're in a technical field. We got to get results. We got to get the market out there. We also need a structured design that everybody knows where everything goes. And this is what Galaxis does great. So as I carry on, when I say we build semantic clusters with Galaxis, is we have got an architecture that we built that's structured. And it's designed for my audience. It speaks to my persona type. The bots know what's going on. I know what's going on. The humans that are landing on that site are reading the content. They're enjoying it. Why? Because it's designed to cater to their needs. Excuse me. So how long will this take to do? Now, you got to go do your research. So you got to first figure out what you want to do. And yes, everybody's got AI and they can go write their prompts. I've been doing this for a very long time. Go do it and time yourself. They have to select keywords, what they're going to target. So they have to go to all the tools and pull their keyword list and do all their things. Then they've got to map out the site. What's the sitemap? We have to have a sitemap to write content. And they have to choose the keywords and how's the hierarchy going to look. And then they've got to create the content. And they copy pasting and everything. And how do they carry that same theme across all the content efficiently? Then you have to go create schema per page. So now you've got to get a schema writer. You've got to go get all your keywords. You've got to put them into schema writer, and then you've got to make sure it's right, and then you've got to get this other tool that does this and does that, and then you've got to get it validated, and is it the right schema? So a lot of time. So let's just put for one keyword, say it's 45 minutes to do everything manually, from start to finish, from conception, creating a page in the sitemap, going all the way through to generating your content, going to WordPress, adding a page, adding your category, writing your post, pasting your content in, adding your schema, and then that's you done. I'd say 45 minutes per keyword. So how do you compete with guys that are using tools like Galaxis? It's going to be so difficult for you to keep the train of thought all the way through because everything's been wired. It's a neural network of this market. You can see the design over here. This is a true sitemap. It's not just a picture. It's of the actual page we're working on. So then you've got to do all the internal linking. You've got to link up all these pages. And then you've got to go and add all the schema back in. 180 hours, you probably want to hang yourself already. It's impossible for you to compete. So this is why we're smashing the guys, because it's designed to work. So you can see over a period of time, everything's just running along. Added Galaxis, all of a sudden Google likes what we've done. Check the impressions, look at how the rankings are moving. And all we're doing is we're working on our website. We're zooming in to 6 months. Indexation. Everyone uses tools. This tool does this, it builds many pages, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, the web understands that when one page sounds like another page and it's all similar, it's going to check it out. And that's why they get de-indexed. We look back to the early 2000s when we were doing heavy cloaking and building huge networks of sites. We're talking thousands of sites that are building backlinks and all this kind of stuff. As the algorithms got smarter, so did the indexing get better, right? But now we're dealing with AI that chooses what it wants, that adds value to the audience it's serving content to. Why? Because there's a cost to host all this content. And it's been a very interesting journey watching how this has all worked. But with indexation, are you tired of applying methods that get your stuff de-indexed? You spend 3 months setting everything up, doing all your stuff, and then boom, it's up for a few days and then it's gone. 75% of the pages are sitting in the sandbox. Okay, now if you look at this, yeah, we've just got the indexation, impressions dropped, wasn't too happy, we applied Galaxis, boom. So there you can see the tweak. So yeah, is where we had Galaxis come in, we've put our stuff in, and you can see the indexation is climbing. Why has it stopped? It's because of the crawl budget. I just did a big blob and I posted stuff. So that's why we say to you guys, schedule your stuff out by season for when the audience is wanting it, and then let it run over time and let it just drip out. Why? Your crawl budget doesn't get smashed, and 2, it's just stuff's getting released all the time. I've got other plans for this site because we're going to be releasing a lot of content on the brand. But yeah, you can sort of see the cause and effect of just deploying the Galaxis framework, the XML blueprint that Galaxis generates for you. I think it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I love it. Yeah, you can see there's no issues detected. Now, where we see the fail, this is just Google's doesn't like the RSS feeds. It's when it goes down to post level and there's a feed on it. This is what happens when plugins come in. You sort of get these effects. So We created Signal Stream. It's an RSS plugin that our members get. It's not been deployed yet, but I'm still testing. It's in beta, but it sorts out all these RSS issues. It gives us complete control over that, and I'll show you a picture of that shortly of what it does. But it's absolutely awesome. And if you're using agentic agents or you want to publish specific feeds to specific places, this just gives you control over that. Now over here, discovered, this area, you can see that's where all the pages are. These are just crawl budget. It's sitting there, and that's fine. They're all posts. They can come and drip in as they go along. As we work through the site, we'll tweak those posts and put images in, videos if they need it, or whatever the graphics need. And you'll see that these things will just start popping out over time. But the point here is that it's not getting de-indexed. It would have been dropped already. Impressions are climbing. Everything's going up in the right direction. So we just keep on doing our job, speaking to our audience, creating the content they need. And that's the great part about this whole thing is if we look at the breadcrumbs, now it's coming back in because this is where we're doing a bit of SEO. We're reshuffling stuff around the site, moving things around. So this will come back as it's getting indexed. It'll climb up as well. So the real process in Digital Marketers Toolbox, like everyone says, DMT is complicated, it's very powerful, but very complicated. Yes, it was like 2 years ago, but with it now, I literally spend, if it's 15 minutes doing stuff, just so the process is all run. I come back, I choose my keywords, I delete what I don't want, I click a button, Galaxis goes and builds all the content for the audience that I want. I click a button, it does all my SEO. I come back, I check everything, I fine tune all my headlines and make sure everything's nice, how I want it. And then I just go off to the schema builder that's built into it with my silos. I just select the settings, say all my pages, boof. I go to my category pages, it builds all my schema. And in a few minutes, it will do everything for me. So I'll show you this shortly in the next videos. I just want to get through this presentation. But here's the process that I follow. I go to DMT and I just fill in this prompt. I put in my domain. If I don't have a domain, I like to use my competitor's domain. It grabs me all their pages. I can see what they're doing. It gives me intel. I've got videos on this whole thing on networkempireframework.com. I'll show you guys now where it is. It's on the 10-click workweek. You can actually see me go watch a whole website. I'd go through and watch this video. It's like an hour long, but it does everything. So all I do is I fill this in. I read the intel. Sorry, I missed the slide here. I read all the intel. But once I fill that form in above here, all I do is I fill this in. I confirm the details. I press submit. DMT does all the work for me, builds out everything. I get all my intelligence about the market. This is my swipe file. I come in and edit and I add all my stuff that I want here. There's the whole website Galaxis is built out for me. All the stuff's in there. I go down to keywords. I set my funnel. I delete the keywords that I don't want by simply just clicking on these things. So I just get rid of what I don't want. I see where the money flows in the market. Where's all the topics? Where's all the money? You follow the money, you find the market. You see where the gaps are. So on this video, how to build a website. I know that the keyword is worth 74,000 searches. That's probably 23,000 searches to my website. If I convert 1,000, that's what it means to my business. Okay, this is a $2 million keyword, how to build a website, for me personally, for what I'm doing. So once I've got all my keywords and my sitemaps mapped out of what I want to target, Galaxis has done most of the work. I just go check everything. I come down to content, and over here in the content, this is great what's about Galaxis. This is number 7. I click on it, I open it up. We've got the keyword and we've got a little cube. Okay, the keyword is the human world. This is where we focus on our audience. And this is where I just click a button. Galaxis goes off and does all this work for me. So if you had to do a 1,000-page website and you had to do the SEO for every single page, that's one click with Galaxis. Then the next click I do in Galaxis is I come and I choose my content. You'll actually see it. If you go watch the videos at networkempireframework.com, you'll actually go check it in real time. You can see how it's done and how I built the website out. Sorry, wrong place. So there we got it all done. It maps everything out for me. I then go to the machine world, and this is where I simply click on this little cube. And what it does is, if I'm on the silo level, I just go select all web pages. There, I click generate, and it builds me perfect schema that's all been validated. So if I had 10 silos, it'll do it for all the pages. For my categories, it's the same. And I'll show you how this works now. Once that's done, I have all my schema. I can use that schema anywhere. So if I'm working on a certain page of my website, I can take that schema and drop it into ChatGTP, for example, and say, take this article I've got here and fill in the gaps. I'm speaking to this audience, and this is what I want you to keep focused on. You can train up ChatGTP to write how you want to write, and this schema you just drop in it, it'll take that and write you a beautiful article. You come back, you copy paste it into DMT to save it, go to WordPress and save it there if that's where you're working, and everything is structured. If you're dealing with the machine world and you're using agentic agents, all the XML that comes out with the blueprint carries the schema with it. So you can point to a node within the export out of DMT, and the machine world be able to see that schema and do whatever you want to do. Is it building ads? Is it doing PPC ads? What do you want it to do? So that's what's great about DMT. It's a beautiful tool that gives me everything I need. So in this hour that I've worked, I come and I spit out a blueprint over here. I click on that. I go to WordPress. I go to the WP Silo website builder. I click on the Silo importer. I click on browse. I point in and I say submit. It imports it. What the website builder does is it will go and import files. Now, what you've got to do is you're just going to make sure if you're pulling in a big file that your file uploads are big enough to cater for that, else you'll get that, and your timeout, your script timeout must be 300 seconds. So I'm going to tell you guys that for now. Because guys are having problems not importing the bigger blueprints. It's because of those two things. It's the file size in your PHP settings, and it's your file timeout. Take it from 90, which is default on shared hosting. If it's on shared hosting, you're going to have to contact the support and ask them to temporarily push it up to 300 so you can import it in. That's the only way you're going to get around that. But if you are on your own hosting or you've got a dedicated server, you can simply just go there, set your settings to just make it 20 or 50 meg files. The biggest one I've imported was 11. And set your PHP timeouts for the scripts to run to 300, even 400 seconds. That's fine. And that'll solve the problem of things not coming in. I know a few guys that come in and said their page is not appearing. So that's how you fix that one. So when we import the file, that XML file, that would be the 1,000 pages or the 100 pages or the 10, whatever. It could be one page, whatever you want. Okay, you can decide what you want to build. It will then run and import the pages. Once that's all done, the next thing that we have is anchor silos that is inside. It's over there. The WP Silo plugin. What this does is it does two things. For the columns widget, it optimizes all the anchor text. For the in-body copy anchors, it optimizes all those two different things. So for when it's in copy in the body area, it optimizes for the reader with intent. When it's on the navigational side, where you drag the widget in, it organizes the content so that the guy can see less words, but more the specific top-level themes. So what we do is, with this one, you can just take your ChatGTP API key, paste it in. Once it's saved and set, you can come along and choose your persona type you want to target. Okay, so I say the structured persona, and I say suggest. And whatever you tick off, it will actually go and build it. So typically, on these big websites, that's roughly 3,000 anchors you have to optimize if you're doing on-page SEO. So what's great about this system and this framework is we can do that literally in 30 minutes. I set more time over here clicking, just going through it and tweaking each one as possible than anywhere else in the process. So once we've got the anchors all done, what you'll see will happen is when I go to appearances, widgets, I look for the any video silo widget. I drag that into the column that I want. I just write find out more. That's what I wrote there. And you can see it appears there. And there you can see the Anchor Silo plugin has optimized all our keywords. So not only are we targeting keywords through the slug, but now through all the anchors on page, we're targeting and hitting all the anchors, all the long tail keywords. Okay, so this is why we can get a really big semantic web of up to 15,000 keywords that can be targeted that will bring people into the site. All right. So for internal linking, we drag the widget in. The widget does all the internal linking for all your pages. There's nothing else you have to do. It's all internally linked. Okay, that's the way it works with the widget. That's your sidebars. When you use the WP Silo widget shortcode, this one over here, and you drop it into a page, you can do anything over here. If you look at settings in the Silo plugin, you'll see all the widgets that are available. Yeah, you can see we're targeting all the long tails for each page. Techniques for effective keyword research, key metrics for enhancing website performance, methods for analyzing. So for my audience, these words are optimized for them. All right. So now we've got all these anchors that we're targeting. And this is the result. Is expert intelligence baked into the framework. It's not just like we've taken Galaxis and it's just like write me an article about a cat and a dog. It's not basic prompt engineering like that. We've even got a system mapped out in Network Empire, which you can go read, the ACE prompt engineering system. It's all about contextual intelligence. Now, when you work with Galaxis, Galaxis understands what needs to get happened, but also understands who the audience is, and it also understands how it must deal with it. So it goes and builds the stuff out throughout the whole framework. And that's how we build these beautiful semantic clusters. The effect is that the search engines like it. They are rewarding us for what it does. You can see the results there. And this has been tested across multiple websites that I've worked with guys on. We've seen the same effect because we're running the test at the same time. From year to year, where guys are stuck at 60s, all of a sudden at 20s, 30s, 50s, page one rankings are coming in. This dip is when we're doing the SEO work, when we're reshuffling and fixing the mess that people do with internal architecture. As soon as you fix that internal architecture and the clustering is done properly, you'll see that it goes up and then you get the dip and then all of a sudden, whoop, now I know what you're doing. And this is Galaxis. Okay, Galaxis creates this effect. It's just through design. Okay, so when you're buying into DMT, it's over 20 years of SEO experience that's baked into this tool. And from this point onwards, once you've got your framework, now the rest of the SEO work becomes easier because why? You're focusing on your content. The technical work's been done for you through Galaxis. You can go with your marketing team and you guys can put your pictures in, talk as a team, and all your content's mapped out for a year. As you work, you release, and you'll see what happens. So for the Black Friday weekend, everyone's doing their promos. We're going to do the Smash 727 coupon. What that's going to do is give you the annual subscription, which is 1997 down to 1270. That works out to less than $350 a day. But think about this. For every project with Galaxis, you clawing back up to 180 hours of time. You're going to have to sit and try and figure out how to do all this stuff. That's up to $18,000 per project in cost, IT debt cost that you're saving. So for this promo, you guys can grab it to go. In the next video, I'm going to take you through the internals. We're going to look at DMT. I'm going to take you through the project I built, what I use all the time. And you'll see the insiders. And then also what you're going to see here is inside the website. I'm going to show you how simple it is. We've also done the 10-click work week. So you can actually see the whole build process where I went and did a project and I took you through it. So guys, Smash 727, don't miss this out. This deal's not going to come back again. And you can see the effect. It works. It works for me. It's working for the guys that I'm helping. They've paid me for consultations. We've gone in and looked at what's going on, told them what they have to fix, and we deployed the sites. We put Galaxis in, and they're getting the same results. So yeah, if you guys want a system that works, the 10-click work week is definitely a process to have a closer look at. The videos will take you roughly an hour and a bit. I'll just jump across there. Just hop across and I'll show you before we look at Galaxis. 10-click work week. That's the button over here. networkempireframework.com. Click on that. And this is the process we go through. I filmed this and did it live. Create a blueprint. We analyze the market. We remove the silos we don't want. We add keywords we do want. We spot the index hubs. What are the contents and things people want? We then generate our content. So this is the clicks I was saying about. I flush all the fields. That's one click. I delete any legacy content blocks that I want. I then click on the box SEO function. I wait till that job's finished. It does all the H1s, titles, descriptions for the persona we are targeting. I then go and build the articles. That, or if the big site took about an hour and a half at max to write all the content, but I was doing other work. I wasn't looking at it. You can see in the jobs queue. I bulk appended all the content to the blueprint. That's where everything came in. I did all my quality checks. So I went and did all these little things, set up my schema, exported the blueprint into WordPress, boom. And then here's the videos. There's step one. You can look and skip. There's all the transcripts. There's the chapters. You can see, you can go straight to what you want. All done and dusted for you over here. Yeah, go through the whole process. Guys, I recommend just go watch these videos. They're all short. You can go hop and skip to where you want. But I would sit and just watch the whole step and see how when it builds this whole thing together. For the guys who are battling to work with the widgets and the menus and all that kind of stuff, I'm just going to show you what I do inside Edit here. So I'm just going to run in quickly, go to the dashboard. And I'll just show you how the navigation works. Under Appearances, Menus, when you bolt on a silo, it's going to go to the silo menu. That's the one I always use. That works with my website builder silo plugin. That comes with our membership. Let's select that. It's not the right one, sorry. What I did over here was in the menu, this is when we bolt silos on. These are all silo landing pages. We never link down to the categories from the top level. Okay, you link down to categories from silo pages. But at the top navigation, you always have your silos. But there's nothing stopping you adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 silos under one topic. Okay, these are all silo landing pages. Underneath them are all the categories and all the posts. And these are all my funnels. A silo is the top of the funnel. A category is in the middle of the funnel. A post is about the exact thing. It's the bottom of the funnel. Okay, so if you think about it that way, when you look at the website, for the menus, you can just drag this in and you can keep on bolting things on and use up minimal space, but you add immense amount of power to your site, to the top level domain. Now my top level domain's got 34,000 backlinks linking up to the top of it. And the widgets, little issue there on generate press. I'm gonna see what's going on there. But on the widget, here's the any video silo widget. So when I click on this, all I do is I drag it in. I just say show 510. You can change the numbers to what you want. I never use those functions. I drag it in. That does all my internal linking from the column point of view. When I'm on a page, let's just go to the top here, visit site. I go to my blueprint and I go to the atomic content engineering. This is what I want you guys to go over, look and read it for prompt engineering. Go read that article. As you go down here, you'll see the whole article, but at the bottom, no, I haven't put it in there. Let me go to another one quickly. I'll just go one more up. Let's just go to the SEO tools, effective marketing. Scroll to the bottom here. Here's the WP Silo plugin, the widget, the shortcode I've embedded into my copy. So when we come back, we'll optimize, we'll clean things up, we'll put images in, whatever's needed. But with this internal hierarchy, what that's done is there's a silo landing page and here's all my categories. I will start seeing what guys are clicking on, and this will start optimizing what is the intent of what people want. And it's quite interesting when you watch the analytics because you start seeing on all the low-hanging fruit, the posts. You start seeing all the footprints coming of what people want to find out about. That opens up webinars, that opens up posts, that opens up videos, all kinds of things. So there you go. That's my widget, my shortcode, sorry, what I put in here. It's designed for audience to click deep into the site. And then on the widget side, when I went to widgets and I dragged it in, there you can see we shortened all the mid 3 to 4 keywords. Okay. Target, make it easier for people to read, but they've still got CRR built into them because we want the guys to click into the topics, right? And then under the blueprint, yeah, I bolted on a silo. There's a silo bolted on. There's another silo. There's another silo. There's another silo. So if I go down to like, let's just look at the signal stream. It's a new plugin that our members get. And what's great about this is you can come in and turn things on and off that you want for RSS. Okay, you can say put all the content out, or you can limit to how much comes out. And then on the feed directory, where's the escape thing here? Let's refresh this page. Oh, it's open up there. Okay, so it there. On Signal Stream, what it does for you is it unlocks or your feeds. So you can have the silo, and you can put all the categories and all the posts, or you can have the category and just its posts coming out by copying that and sticking it in wherever you want to push information in. So there's the silo top. You can get all the categories and all the posts running through one channel, through that stream of data, and then there on the categories, you can pick what you want. So I think it's pretty cool. I really like that a lot. Very powerful plugin. And that's all we've done to get these results. So Galaxis went and built out everything for us. I came into Galaxis, new blueprint. I built my blueprint. I then came into my project. So I'm looking at AI marketing. That's what I'm focused on. And I opened my project up, and everything is done here for me. Okay. So yeah, you can see the whole website's built out. I'm busy working this new silo now, how to build a website. That's what the conversation is about there today. But you can see as my blueprint's going along, I'm just building it up. And everything I do, I build in DMT, and then I deploy to the website. So once that's done, after the blueprint's built, all these are here. I've just come in and added custom keywords like home to, pricing, all those type of things I've added, right? But typically, I spend time here at number 6 with the keywords. I build up my sitemap, and then all my time is over here in number 7, where we generate the content. So for the content generation, it's so easy. It's so simple. You click on the page you're working on, you open up the choices, and you say bulk SEO. Do all the slugs, so I can optimize the slugs. I can say bulk SEO pages, build all my articles. That's all I do is I click those buttons, and everything gets done. So if I click on AI Writer, there you can see the blueprint. Everything's done over there. If I need to convert it, I can simply click on that, and it does all that structuring for me. I can go to another LLM, and I can take, let's just say we take the schema over here. I want the schema, so all I'm doing is I'm clicking on a little cube. I'm going to the machine world, and there's the schema I've generated. If I want to modify it, I can change it to a product, offer, a review, whatever that page is. Whatever your end goal is, you can customize it, right? So I was going to say it's a web page for now, and for just to show this process, I'll say all pages, and I can tweak whatever I want to add in here. Where we've made them options, you must validate that it's right. Remember, guys, with schema, it's a detriment to add things that are not legitimate. So be careful what you're adding. Make sure it's on your page, and then optimize the page around the schema. Okay, it's not like you can stuff keywords in there. That was not go well. So there I click generate, and now I've just done all these pages at this top level. If I click into the menu, now there's one silo. Here's all the topics underneath the silo. If I click on this, and I go web page, all pages. Now I've just done a few hundred pages of categories. And if I go into categories, let's go a bit deeper. Okay, that one hasn't got any. We'll look at another one. I'll show you an example here. Click on the category. Oh, sorry, wrong button. I just go article, and I go all pages. And you'll see that it's going, and it's going to go actually build out all the schema for all these pages. So any updates you made anywhere through your whole site, it'll go and update all those things. Everything gets checked and validated. And there you can see it's written all your schema for you. Let's put all your proper keywords in, everything that's there, it's all needed, all done and dusted. And that's what's so powerful about the process. It's a very quick process, 10 clicks basically. Click 1, new blueprint. Click 2, verify what the AI brought back from Galaxis. Click 3, market analysis, understand your audience, who you sell into, what's the keywords they want, what must you do in this market. Click 4, look at all your keyword research, who are the market leaders. Click 5, site structure, add, delete keywords from the keyword grid. So here's all my target silos. I can add custom keywords. I can look at my competitors' keywords. I can look at my keyword lists. I can see where the money flows through the market, which markets are competitive, difficult. To add them, I simply just check a keyword and I say add, and I'll add it into that. Once I've marked out all the keywords I want to target, I've got everything in there, I come to Galaxis. I grab any keyword I'm interested in, and with the bulk actions here, It's simple, click, click, click. And this is the last few ones. So once we come in, we go flush. Let's click number 6, click number 7, click number 8, click number 9. Once it's all done, click number 10 is going to be the schema, which I just showed you. And then we go to our exports, and we export out our blueprint. And we can give this XML blueprint, which carries everything. It's our articles, the schema, everything that's needed is in that blueprint. I right click and save on that, and that can get imported into WordPress through the widget WP silo, or I can take it to any tool I want. I can push it into any AI tool and say, analyze this XML and tell me what gaps have I missed. And that'll give you all potential markets you didn't even think about, which you can come back and add in. You could say which keywords should get deleted or that are too close to others, and it'll tell you where in the blueprint to go and find them, and you can just remove those. So you can do little optimizations with the XML, and you can also tell it to check everything. Has all the articles been written? Which ones need more work? Which ones are too thin? It's very versatile. If you're working with agentic agents, you can take that XML and you can stick it into the agentic agent. With the market intelligence, you can download all those files and put it in and let AI determine what it wants to do with it. It's extremely powerful. But in reality, if you had to spend one day, you can then deploy the next day a 1,000-page website, which I've done here and proven to you guys, and you guys have seen the results. So yeah, we've got a lot of plugins coming out for you guys in the next while for all the members. We've got the beta guys playing around with Signal Stream. Guys are pushing their streams from their sites into different places. And I hope you enjoy this Power 1 Hour. So guys, just remember, with this process that we went through, it delivers super, super good results, right? Look at that. It's very, very impressive and repeatable. I've seen this time and time again, and what is happening now is Galaxis has got it all built in. So yeah, guys, come in, grab smash _77. You can see it's been tested over there. Go to sign up, and I'll put the link below this video. You guys go straight to the sign up page, and you can jump right into Digital Marketers Toolbox. Grab it now. That's less than $3 a day if you're buying Starbucks. Which one's going to get you better results? Do you want Starbucks, or do you want 180 hours won back on every project? Do you want to have money made for you while Galaxis is working for you, clawing back 1,800 grand in time? We can focus on other things and talk about other important things. In 1 week, you can generate your whole campaign for all your content. So think about that. Anyways, guys, I'll see you on the inside. Matt the Crew signing out.